Beyonce is removing an offensive term for disabled people from her song Heated off her new album Renaissance. Now, the term spaz is considered a derogatory reference to a form of cerebral palsy called spastic oh, am I saying it wrong? It's spastic. Okay. What are your thoughts on this, Funky? I know that this was mostly in the UK that they find this offensive, right? Which the UK calls cigarettes as something that's offensive to us. What do you think about this?
Me personally, I think it's overkill on American soil. I recognize the fact that Beyonce is a global superstar, and Beyonce has this thing about just keeping her image and her press as clean as possible. So it only made sense coming off of what Lizzo just came off of with the word. It only made sense. It's not a huge ask, considering the fact now that we no longer distribute music via CDs and cassette tapes. It's not as if she had to recall a bunch of CDs off a shelf. It was literally re-uploading it into the streaming services. So, I mean, yeah, I think she did the right thing.
Okay. Al?
Let me tell you, I love me some Beyonce, y'all. I was very shocked that her team didn't catch this because Lizzo got a lot of pushback from what's that disabilities advocate, Hannah Divine. I'm probably butchering her name, but she was very vocal against Lizzo and using the word spaz. I'm really, really shocked that Beyonce's team did not catch this. But let me tell you something, what Beyonce's team did catch. It did catch Kelis going off on her and calling her a thief. So not only did she remove spaz from one of her songs, she removed Kelis completely off of her one of her songs and off of her album. And I got to tell you, when you got power like that, that's just ooh, that's just a level that you want to be in your music career. What do you guys think about that?
I'm afraid of the slippery slope, right? The movie Demolition Man years ago with Sandra Bullock, I remember it being like, man, we'll never be like that, where you couldn't curse. They made it where everything you got fined over. And it was like total control of everything people had to say because things were offensive. And when it came out, I don't know what year it came out, but I was like, damn, you know? And now it seems like a lot of things that have happened in movies are happening. And I do think, yes, there are things that are offensive. We know now that we didn't know 5, 10, 15 years ago. But the slippery slope thing is what I worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like we may get to a point where you can't even describe anyone anymore. You can't say black. You can't say white. I'm offensive. I'm offended. And that sounds ridiculous today. But some of the stuff that people are finding offensive today were things that 10 years ago we would scoff at and be like, what do you mean? So I don't know. It's like finding that fine line of not being offensive, but also not with the overkill like you spoke of, Funky, which I do think that some things like now Monica Lewinsky, and we're going to get into that next, actually, Monica Lewinsky is clapping back and responding to the backlash from the Beehive after implying that Beyonce should change the lyrics to her 2013 song, which I love, Partition. The lyric that Monica is referring to goes, he Monica Lewinsky'd all on my gown. Now, after it was reported that Beyonce was removing spaz from her new album, Monica tweeted, while we're at it, #partition. Now, what are your thoughts on Monica trying to insert herself into this equation? Al, let's start with you on this one.
Monica's so good at trying to find relevant ways to insert herself. And hey, she got a chance to do it here. But Monica, I'm sorry, you got to go take a seat. All right. You're the chick that tussled with a married man who was the president of the United States, saved a dress and used it as national evidence of proof of your affair. And also, Monica, you're in 40 other rap songs. So why is this all of a sudden a big deal to you now? Because Beyonce's trending and because her album is breaking records. Now you want a little bit of the conversation. Please have several seats.
Agreed. Q, what you think?
Monica full of SHIT. Monica is the same woman who just co-EP a show on FX about that man coming all over her doggone dress. All right. She is not the Monica Lewinsky story. It was actually very good. It showed the dynamics between her and Linda Tripp. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out on FX. Monica, you are not a bit more traumatized by your name trending As a matter of fact, you are capitalizing off of the attention, hence the fact that you co-EP the doggone show. If you were so traumatized by that, it would seem to me that you wouldn't even want to relive that by sitting on a set, having these people reenact the things that you went through while you was having an affair with that lady husband. May I repeat, that lady husband. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You benefit from all of it. Sleeping with that lady husband. You benefited when you kept that dress with remnants of that lady husband all over it, you nasty hussy. And now you got the right to want to be mad because somebody referenced they husband skeeting all over you the way that lady husband skeeted all over you in that dress. Yo, nasty. Listen, you need to be more concerned about the fact that you kept that dress with that lady husband juice all over it. Then Beyonce, you nasty lady husband dress keeping.
You know what? I really can't go after that because you just said everything that needed to be said.
Let me ask you a question, though. Does she owe us an apology? Does Monica Lewinsky owe us an apology of any sorts?
I don't know if she owes us an apology, but she owes
one.
Yeah, first of all, the fact that they try to make this woman, she tried to make herself a victim is typical Karen-esque behavior.
Right.
You gave oral sex to a married man and then said you're the victim because he's a man of power. Yeah, he was inappropriate, but he didn't force you. You willingly did it and you wanted to do it and you were an adult. Miss me with the nonsense and get off the bandwagon with this stuff about that lady. What? Q?
That lady hug.
Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break and Monica, get it together. We'll be back after this.